Now, imagine this. You've got an older disabled child. You're out in town for the day. Your child needs the loo, so you take them to a disabled toilet to change them. You can't use the drop-down baby change units because your child is too big. They're 12 years old. So what do? Well, Jenny Tupper found herself in this exact position when she was out in Dorking last month. Jenny resorted to changing her daughter on the toilet floor. Unfortunately for Jenny and her daughter, this is a regular occurrence in Surrey. I spoke to her about a recent trip to the cinema.
This is with my 12-year-old daughter who has disabilities, and we went to see the film Coco at our local venue, which is Dorking Halls, which is a great place for theatre and cinema. And we arrived there, the staff are always very helpful and friendly there, and watched the film, which was fantastic. But my daughter needed the toilet and she had to be changed. She is a wheelchair user and has sort of multiple disabilities. So we went to find the toilet, and of course the only toilet that she can use, or she would be able to use, is a disabled toilet there, but unfortunately it doesn't meet her needs. She is similar to many disabled people in this country who can't actually access a normal disabled toilet. What she needs is a changing place, somewhere where we can change her continence products and somewhere that's big enough to lay her down and do that in a safe way. Unfortunately, Dorking Halls doesn't have a changing place. In fact, there isn't one in Dorking at all. We are then forced to lay her on the toilet floor in order to see to her toileting needs.
And for somebody who's never had to go through something like that, who's never had to do that, can you explain how that makes you feel?
It's absolutely soul-destroying. To lay your precious child on the floor of a toilet that is dirty, soaked in other people's urine, and who knows what else, is absolutely heartbreaking for me. And, trying to explain to her as well why this is our only option in 2018 in our hometown is it's just very, very upsetting for everyone involved. Situation with the disabled toilet is that, yes, it may have sort of handrails to support somebody, but, a changing place is what a lot of people actually need. And I'm not just talking about disabled children. I'm talking about elderly people, victims of stroke, people with degenerative conditions like muscular dystrophy, or people that have acquired a brain injury, been in a car accident. It's not just about me and my children. It affects over 250,000 people in the UK, and the lack of changing places in the UK is something that is really unacceptable in this day and age. My wish would be that every town in Surrey, every town in the country could have at least one changing place that we could use. We've just had a new sports community centre completed at Meadowbank in Dorking, which has cost £8 million to build. And I contacted the council 2 years ago to ask them about whether they were including a changing place, and really didn't get very much of a response. So it just feels like the sports community centre is excluding families like mine from being part of the community, and I really feel very sad in this day and age that that's allowed to happen.
That's Jenny Tupper speaking to us. Well, we gave Mole Valley District Council 6 days' notice to come on and explain, but they said no one was available. Instead, they sent a statement which said the request for a changing places toilet was made after planning permission was granted. They said that architects advised them that a toilet could be put in, but it would mean that other toilets there would have to get smaller, something Councillor Charles Yarwood described as inappropriate. But if you've had an experience in Surrey or elsewhere and you've needed a changing place toilet, you can email us anytime, surreynews@bbc.co.uk.